Nobody tells you what dying actually feels like. Not the movies, not the doctors, not the people who have been through it, because most of them can't come back to describe it. But science can, and what science found about the last 24 hours of human life is nothing like what you have been told. Some of it is terrifying, some of it is unexpectedly beautiful, and one part of it nobody is ready for. First, we need to destroy something you believe right now. Death is not a moment. You have been told your whole life that death happens at one instant. Heart stops, brain goes dark, person is gone. That is not what happens. Death is a process, a long, complex, surprisingly organized process. It starts much earlier than you think. 24 hours before death, if it is coming from natural causes, your body already knows. Your appetite disappears completely, not gradually, suddenly. Your digestive system has made a calculation. The energy required to process food is no longer worth spending. That energy is needed elsewhere. Your body temperature begins dropping, 1.5 degrees Fahrenheit every hour, quietly, without pain. Your extremities start to feel cool. The body is redirecting blood flow away from the edges and toward the center, protecting the heart and brain for as long as possible. Your body is not giving up. It is prioritizing, right to the end. In the final hours, something remarkable happens to your breathing. It becomes irregular, long pauses between breaths, sometimes 10 seconds, sometimes 30. This pattern has a name, Cheyne-Stokes respiration. And it is not your body failing, it is your brainstem adjusting in real time to falling oxygen levels. Many people in the final hours become suddenly calm, not sedated, not unconscious. Calm, alert, sometimes conversational. They describe seeing people who have already died standing in the room. For decades, medicine dismissed this as hallucination. New research says it is far more complicated than that. The moment of clinical death when the heart stops is not the end of consciousness. This is the finding that changed everything. In 40% of cases, while doctors were performing CPR, while patients showed zero outward signs of life, the brain suddenly surged with electrical activity. Not random misfiring, organized, purposeful, the kind of brain activity associated with conscious experience. Gamma waves, delta waves, up to 60 minutes after the heart stopped. And the patients who came back described what happened. They described the room, the conversations, the exact words doctors said while performing CPR. Things they could not have seen or heard with a flatlined brain. Things medical staff confirmed were accurate, word for word, detail by detail. Their consciousness became heightened, clearer, sharper, while we believed they were dead. We do not have an explanation for this, not one. When your brain is deprived of oxygen, it does not simply go dark, it releases chemicals. Endorphins flood your system first, the same chemicals that create the runner's high. Research suggests this may be why so many people describe not pain, but peace. Then serotonin, your brain's primary well-being chemical, released in quantities it almost never produces during normal life. And then the most controversial one, DMT, dimethyltryptamine, the most potent psychedelic compound known to science. Your brain produces it naturally in tiny quantities throughout life. The conditions present at death, hypoxia, extreme physiological stress, are the exact conditions that trigger increased DMT production. Whether it produces conscious experience remains unconfirmed, but the conditions for it are unquestionably present. Every single time, in every single death. That is not nothing. In the first 2 to 3 hours after death, a gap exists between somatic death and cellular death. Many cells are still alive, still potentially recoverable. Scientists have begun to describe a decaying body not as an ending, but as an ecosystem. The atoms that made you are exactly as old as the universe. They existed before the sun, before the earth. They passed through countless other forms before they were you. You borrowed them for approximately 70 to 80 years, and then you return them. The consistent report across thousands of near-death experiences across different cultures is not fear. It is clarity, an overwhelming sense that everything makes sense, that things that seemed important were not important, that things they overlooked were the only things that ever mattered. Almost universally, the relationships, the people, the small moments, the Tuesday morning someone made them laugh. Not the achievements, not the possessions, not the things they worried about every single day. Something she has seen enough times that she no longer dismisses. It is a specific expression that crosses the face of the dying in the final moments. Not pain, not fear, recognition, as if seeing something or someone they did not expect to see. Death is not an instant. It is a process that your body undertakes with more organization and care than anyone told you. Your brain, in its final moments, releases the most powerful combination of chemicals it has ever produced, associated with peace, with well-being, with profound expansion of consciousness. And somewhere in the final minutes, something happens to consciousness that science cannot explain. A surge, a clarity, a heightened awareness at the exact moment awareness should be ending. We do not know what that means, but we know it happens. What you do with that information is entirely up to you.